The title character in BYUtv's Dwight In Shining Armor is all about problem solving, using brains and not brawn. The medieval members of the cast found his method strange at first, but they've come to appreciate the way of the diplomat.
So Dwight is kind of the perfect example of a great Gen Z kid and all the very positive characteristics that come with that. When I was a kid, it really was not very uncommon to see like fights on the playground, or something like that. And nowadays, I think that's more the exception rather than the rule. I think Gen Z is learning how to handle conflict resolution a lot better than my generation did. At least a lot better than I did.
He comes from the 21st century, when kids have been raised with a higher degree of understanding and compassion and just this skill of being able to put yourself in someone else's situation and try to resolve problems using your words. It is through empathy, it is through diplomacy, it is through de-escalation of conflict.
My inspiration for Dwight, I guess, was mostly myself. It was my chance to take a character that was already very similar to me and then kind of bring out certain aspects of myself for comedic purposes.
When Dwight's in a situation where it seems like violence is the only solution, he gets to show off his superpower. And his superpower is not super speed or super strength or laser vision. Dwight's superpower is intuition and empathy and understanding. And he thinks quick on his feet, and he's able to use those superpowers to find creative ways out of all the jams that we put him in.
So if someone's about to engage in some fight or try and hurt somebody, I'm instantly gonna jump in, and he's just gonna look for the quickest way to relate to that character or that creature or whatever the thing is, and then he's gonna try and talk it down from whatever rampage it's going on.
If you take that stick, it makes you a total dirtbag.
I am the ruler of Rogamo.
And I'm the PTA student liaison. Who cares?
Obviously, Dwight is firmly in the camp of violence is the problem, not the solution. But I don't feel like he judges or even really necessarily disapproves. I think one of Dwight's strongest characteristics is his ability to empathize and see a situation from the other point of view.
I think he does try and educate the characters how to be better than they are. Cloudwig's a great example of that, because he's an example of someone who he had no idea how he was going to deal with it. He accidentally said just the right thing, which is giving Cloudwig that acceptance that he's never really had. And then you see this wonderful journey from season 1 to season 4 of Cloudwig becoming not only his friend, but his guy club brother.
Crazy.
He's disgusting.
I described him as my little brother
Every
3
day
days ago because he drives me nuts.
Ew.
We've done a few different cons, like Dragon Con and Salt Lake City FanX, and we've gotten to interact face-to-face with a lot of the fans of the show, which has been fantastic. And I do remember there was a mom that came up to us afterward and after our panel, and she said, in the pilot, just when we thought it was really in that violent wedding scene where we thought Dwight was going to have to fight his way out of it, his use of diplomacy was such a great teaching moment for our kids. And it's never our goal necessarily to be like a lesson of the week show, and we don't really want people to feel like we're being heavy-handed with the messaging. But if people can be entertained and kids and or their parents can take something away from it that helps them be better people, then that's a great accomplishment for us.
Dwight has many tactful ways to save the day for Princess Greta as her champion. You can review all of them by watching Dwight In Shining Armor anytime with the BYUtv app or at our website, byutv.org. Thanks for watching BYUtv Insider.